Well, go on, traders. Yeah, the traders here again. All right, guys. So seems like Mullen is doing quite a bit since yesterday, and I would say like a backward flip. Mullen went up to 20 cents yesterday, popped up. Apparently, a short squeeze, mini short squeeze. Did a back flip, and look at it at where it is now. Back down to 15 cents, guys. It's kind of crazy what's going on. So let me share with you guys what's happening. So I saw this news earlier, but I said let me wait until the market opens, and then I will see what the impact on the stock is. And exactly what I thought is what's happening. So let me just jump right into it here. So as I can see, Mullen is down almost 10%. The volume, we are like 30 minutes into the opening of the market, and the volume is 81 million right now. So this is the news that came out earlier today, 2 hours ago. Mullen Series D holders exercised the final 100 million investment option prior to June 30th, 2023 expiration. So what does that mean for the stock? So it says here, Mullen, an emerging electronic vehicle manufacturer, announces today that on June 23rd, 2023, its Series D investors exercise their final option, expiring June 30th for $100 million. The exercise of the option has resulted in additional funding to the company of $100 million. The company now has more than $235 million in cash and cash equivalent on its balance sheet, recognizing that the amount is after the company has expended the $253 million plus for the two completed acquisitions that added valuable unencumbered assets to the balance sheet for the majority of ownership in Bollinger Motors and certain assets related to electric last mile solution ELMS. The exception of $7.3 million of outstanding debt, all company-owned real estate and other assets are unencumbered. So this is what David said. We are in the best financial position in our company's history and remain fully committed and highly focused on producing and selling and delivering our vehicles to our customers prior to the end of 2023. This is what David Mitri, the CEO, said. Alright guys, so what does this mean for the stock? As I saw this, I said, oh no, not again. So if the company receives $100 million, from these investors, what does that mean? It means the company, Mullen, has to give something up. And they have to give something up in terms of shares. So what does that mean? It means dilution. Simply put. So we are there again with the company being diluted, additional shares being issued out to shareholders at this stage of the game. The last news that came out, I thought David said that they were in a comfortable position in terms of having enough cash to last them until the end of the year. So what happened to all of that? At this stage of the game, guys, as investors, we need to, look and say to ourselves, what exactly this corporate company represents. Is it all about, pumping money in, no production, diluting the shares? It's kind of very disappointing to see what's going on here. What we actually need to see happening is for production to start rolling out. Earn revenue. That is what you need to be doing, David. Earn revenue, not getting cash from investors and end up diluting the shares. So this is kind of what came out on Twitter, where this investor was making an appeal to David. So there's a little video here that they did. Looks a little bit cryptic, but I'm just going to read a part of what they wrote to David here. So he says, "Attention, David. Since I haven't received a response from you, I've decided to share my concerns publicly, hoping that you can come across this communication. First and foremost," I'm not going to read everything, guys, I'm just going to take the top part. "First and foremost, I want to emphasize that I am a firm believer in Mullen and its potential. I, along with many of my family members and friends, have invested significant amounts, totaling 7 figures, in the company. Wow. As dedicated supporter, I have garnered a considerable following on Twitter and other social media platforms. While I may not be an influencer, I'm committed to promoting Mullen's success. Today, David, I'm reaching out to you not as an investor but as one person to another. I feel it's essential to draw to your attention to some concerns shared by retailers. Failing to address these concerns may have significant short-term and long-term consequences." So I'm not going to get into all of that, guys, but huge appeal to David to say, come on, you need to do better. We don't want, based on the potential of Mullen, or the appearance of the potential. I don't want to, sound negative, but the potential I saw with all the partnerships with Mullen, I would think that yes, it's setting itself up to do good stuff, and it's a U.S. company, and I know it will be a lot of support will be given, but based on what is going on so far, guys, it just looks a little bit dismal. So this guy here is saying, this is about Lawrence. He said he's going to take care of the poor. I guess he meant the pool. I bet he must get paid by Mullen. So maybe that $5 million that Lawrence had gotten, this is how he's spending it, guys. Pool party. Oh my gosh. This is just in bad taste, wrong timing. Alright, guys, so I'll just jump back into the stock here. As I mentioned before, we are not looking good. Stock is dropping. So unless we get some good news coming out of Mullen, or an interview that was previously planned, if he announces something, then hopefully we don't get back to the 15-cent level that we got to a few days ago, that 15.50. Let me just jump into the options here. In terms of the options so far, we have almost 2,000 calls being bought, small amount of puts. In terms of open interest, 15,000 for this Friday, 11,000 for next week, 5,000 for the following week, and we still maintain that 74,000 for July 21st. So hopefully, we may get some news at that time in terms of production or deliveries happening. Who knows? But usually this is an indication that something will be happening when you have high open interest. Alright, guys, this is kind of what I have for you as usual, giving the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is one of the uglies again, guys. So as usual, if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to subscribe. Take care, guys.